y'all, and welcome back to another video. Today I am planning on going to the store because I do need to get some more of these right here have been blessing my soul, especially my bag. I'm about to put one on there now. But yeah, I gotta go back and get some. I did get some from the doctor, but yeah, these aren't like, they're not helping. Anyway, so I just put some laundry in the dryer. That's what you hear in the background. I am waiting till he get back because I don't know if I'm gonna take the kids with me or not. Oh, great, that just fell. Where, I don't know. Well, that's great, right? So I don't know what that came over me just now. I'm about to do a little pamper me moment, and I'm going to put my foot in this massager that I have, just because I want to. And like I said, I'm waiting for their dad to get back because I do want to go to the store. I don't know if I want to take them with me to go to the store. So yeah, I don't know. I haven't fully decided yet. Markers on the floor. I shouldn't be doing all this extra bending either, but you see me, right? Act like my back is like normal. I haven't gotten any feedback from my doctor because they just informed me today after I talked to them, that my results have not come back yet from the MRI that I had like 2 weeks ago now. So I still don't know what's going on with my back. They don't know what's going on with my back. And once they do get it, they still got to get it translated from Italian to English. So I'm still going to be waiting like maybe another day or two to hear back from them. And it's what, Friday? So yeah. So yeah, that's that. It's so pretty outside. I hope it does not rain because it's been rainy all like week. It's crazy because my landlord just cut this grass, and like literally it's so, like, he just cut it. Like, look at this. This is crazy. Look, just cut my grass like, I think maybe 5 days ago, if that. And that is the new growth on the yard, on the backyard. Isn't that crazy? It looks pretty, but it's like I know he just cut it, and wow. I'm gonna go ahead and just get this little setup for my foot because even though I am learning how to do fingernails, by the way, you like my nails? I'm just trying out different shapes on my hand. Even though I'm learning how to do all of this stuff, like, for real, I wish I could seriously do my own feet the way I am learning how to do feet. But I don't know if I'll be able to do that because, you know, you can't really reach your feet like that. So we'll see what happens. So what I'm using to soak my feet in, it comes from Body Love. It's the Emerald Wave. Okay, see that? So I'm going to use this to soak in, and it has the rosemary. And I'm going to use this to soak, and hopefully it'll help my feet because even with the other medication I'm taking, I had to switch to another blood pressure medication because, y'all, the medication I've been taking for a while never ever did nothing to me. Like, it never gave me a bad side effect. But for real, I think maybe like a month ago now, I literally woke up, no lie, I'm gonna insert pictures so y'all can see. I literally woke up to this side of my lip right here being like swollen, right? That was like 5 o'clock in the morning, something like that. And then by 9 o'clock, my whole top lip here, and when I tell you the whole top lip was swollen, I was like, what did I do? Now, I don't know if it had something to do with trauma, because I did bit the inside of my lip, right? But I'm thinking, like, was it that traumatic to have my lip swollen like that? So I had to call my doctor, let her know, okay, my lips are swollen, and well, my lip was swollen, and I don't know why. I was taking what's it called? Lisprinicil. I'm thinking I'm pronouncing that right. But I was taking that and for the ever longest, and it never bothered me ever. Like, it never bothered me. I've been taking it for so long. And then with this whole me after I bit my lip situation, and then I woke up the next morning, 5 o'clock in the morning, to find that my lip, half of it was swollen. So it was super crazy, because I was just like, what in the world? Like, so I had like basically iced my lip. I was taking Benadryl just in case it was an allergic reaction, which I think it was. And just kind of like just monitoring it, making sure like my tongue didn't swell or my throat didn't get, you know, bigger or whatever. Y'all, like that was just crazy. Like, my dad experienced that too with his blood pressure medication. So it was kind of odd after all these years of me taking it that I would have a reaction like that bad. So, but I'm on this new medication. But the thing about this new medication that I'm not really vibing with. Why are you yelling? Let the fly out. Okay, I'll let the fly out. But the only thing I hate about this new medication that I have right now is the fact that okay, well, I got the window open so I can go out, okay? All right. So anyway, the attack of the fly is bothering him. But anyway, the only thing I don't like about this new medication is the fact that it makes my ankles and my legs swell up. Now, mind you, I'm already dealing with back problems. My left leg done acting up. So now I got to deal with my ankles looking like, you know, how can I describe it? I'm trying to find a way to describe what my ankles look like to give y'all like a better picture of it, because it don't look terrible, but I have to keep elevating my legs. And then if I elevate my legs too much, my left leg goes numb, and then I got to put that down and it starts to burn. So it's like, I can't get a break either way. So that makes me uber mad. But yeah, so it's like my ankles are really swollen. And matter of fact, I'll show you how my leg looks now. Like, legit, this is my right leg. Do y'all see? This is right here is where my shoe print is. So do you see that hump like right there? And yeah, my feet is like up on my table, my kitchen chairs. Like, no lie. Like, this is a side view of it. So this is what it looks like, and it's constantly tight. Now, yes, I was warned about this happening, having medical background or whatever. I knew that it could happen because I'm taking the blood pressure medication, but I'm also taking what they call like it's called hydrochlorothiazide. And basically that pill basically is a water pill. It just makes you go to the bathroom, and it helps you to release all the sodium, not all of it, because your body still needs salt, but it don't need too much salt, because that will, as we know, blood pressure can cause a lot of things to happen. And I started developing blood pressure right around I got pregnant with my daughter, and like on the last couple of weeks of my pregnancy with her, I got preeclampsia, and I was basically in the hospital normal, and then her heart rate dropped, had to rush me to the OR. So with my son, my doctor delivered me at 37 weeks because my blood pressure from the time I found out I was pregnant with him was constantly up and down. Like, I had to be monitored like early on in my pregnancy with him because that's how bad my blood pressure was going back and forth. And she did not want to deliver me at 39 weeks. She didn't even want to deliver me at 38. She's like, 37 weeks, you're good, you're gonna be go. I already, like, it was so funny because when she saw me for like maybe my first trimester, like, yeah, like the beginning, like real, I mean like a month or two pregnant, she was like, I'm gonna go ahead and schedule your C-section. And I'm like, okay, cool. Like, I was living in New York City at the time, so I'm on the bus. She calls me. I thought I left the office. Like, she's like, I'm scheduling your C-section for July 17th, whatever. And she's like, I'm going to deliver you at 37 weeks. I was like, okay, cool, no problem. I done did this. I done went through this before. Not that I was trying to go through C-section at all, but with my daughter heart rate dropping, they immediately rushed me to the OR and got her out. And, you know, I ran a little fever on the table. And, oh, gosh. Y'all, the C-section, right? Let me just pause about my blood pressure for a minute. The C-section, right? So, I went to my doctor's appointment on the 23rd of October, 2012. And I went in earlier that day because, like I said, up until my, you know, time of delivery, I was constantly being monitored with my blood pressure, back and forth to the doctor, back and forth to the it was like a little clinic where they put me on the fetal monitor. They monitor my daughter, they monitor me, they making sure all things are good. And then the next week I would do the same thing. So, get to the doctor's office, you know, she's looking at my legs and stuff and checking my blood pressure. It was just too much. And she was like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and get you admitted into the hospital. I called my auntie, called my sisters, let them know, okay, she's telling me I'm going to the hospital. They're gonna go ahead and, you know, induce me. Get inside the hospital, they get me out. I had, prior to this, I had already, like, did all the paperwork, whatever. So, get in. They stopped me on the Pitocin, you know, and then I was good for a minute. And then I was like, this contractions is not fun. Want the epidural? Got the epidural, worked real good to the point where I was like, okay, well, go ahead and get the epidural going, flowing or whatever. Got that done. Legs went numb. I was cold. I had, by the time they rolled me back into the OR to do the C-section, I had about 5 blankets on me. I ain't gonna lie, 5 blankets. I had like 3 pairs of socks because, you know, they give you a bunch of them hospital socks. So I had that, and I was still freezing. Okay, so get in there. I'm up. They let me know what's going on. Asked me, can I feel anything? I said, nah. You know, baby daddy come in. He hold my hand, whatever, because, you know, they had to prep me on the table. You know, at this point, I can't even move because I am numb. I had an epidural prior to getting into the OR. Okay, so on this little itty bitty table, and, you know, they do the whole arm thing or whatever. So, you know, he come over, he grabbed my left hand, you know. I had already said a prayer to God. You know, me and Jesus, we dapped it up. Okay, so go ahead, get everything started or whatever. Slice, dice, baby come out. She crying, he taking pictures. I'm still on the table. They pull her over. I'm like, you know, no tears. But after they pull her out, that's when things got crazy. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I literally, and till this day, I don't understand me at all. I think I look at myself, outside myself, like, girl, is you crazy? When they pull her out, and, you know, they gave her to, they went over there and got her situation, and then they gave her to my husband. And then, you know, I'm looking at her or whatever. I was cool. And then out of nowhere, I was like, I want to sit up. I kept telling him, I was like, I want to get up. I need to sit up. I can't, I need to sit up. Mind y'all now, come on now. C-section, all that is out. Like, everything is out. What possessed me to say I want to sit up on the table? I have no idea. But I kept saying it so much till I think, you know, the anesthesiologist was like, look, let me go ahead and knock her out. Next thing you know, I said I want to sit up. Boom. I woke up in recovery. You know, he was sitting by my side or whatever. At this time, you know, then I took him and her to the nursery, you know, and got her all prepared or whatever, come in, bow. And, you know, I was in there. They had the things on my legs because, you know, when you have a C-section or any surgery that requires you to have, you know, a type of procedure where your legs are numb or you cannot move out of bed, they have to put those on you to help your legs. Basically inflates and just to help with blood clots, whatever. So I had that on my legs, and I finally woke up, whatever, and then, you know, he's in the room with me, and then they wheeled in my daughter, and, you know, I honestly, to this day, don't know what wanted me to sit up on that table, but I was so happy that they knocked me out, because, you know, after they take the baby out, they still gotta stitch us back together, and that's from the inside out, you know what I mean? So, and then I was told from my doctor that I ran a fever on the table, so I had to stay an extra day in the hospital. And so I was like, why did I want to sit up? And he was like, I don't know. And everybody kept telling you no. Even I kept telling you no. The anesthesiologist told you no. I was like, I don't know. I just felt like I just wanted to get up. I just wanted to sit up. Was that the smartest thing for me to do? No. Did I actually sit up? You know I ain't sat up. But ever since I had her, even after I had her, my blood pressure still was kind of funny. And like, then after having her, my doctor put me on a blood pressure medication that wasn't too high, too low, because I was also breastfeeding. And from there, you know, I just kept taking blood pressure medications, because without them, my blood pressure would be too crazy. Excuse my son, you know he out here. He got his headphones on. He can't hear nothing. He out here flipping Spider-Man with Iron Man with Captain America. He doing the most. But yeah. So I just feel like with this blood pressure medication that I'm taking now, it kind of sucks, because now not only am I dealing with back pain, but I'm also dealing with water sitting on my ankles, and like it hurts to walk around already. And now I have to sit with ankles or kinkles. I ain't got time for that. I'm in Italy. I want to move around, since we can move around a little bit, since they kind of leave a little bit, you know, they revise the rules. Well, I say, yeah, they switch the rules around or whatever. And so I'm like, now that they letting us do a little bit of traveling, just a tiny bit, I can't barely move. I barely can move around my house, let alone go move around looking at different beautiful places, because there are some beautiful places here. As y'all seen in my previous vlogs, we went to a cave, beautiful waterfalls, and even with that much of or little walking, I was still in pain. So I don't know when I would ever get the information based upon my back. It sucks, because I want to see these places. I want to go visit wherever, you know, for my time being here, because y'all know I'm a visitor. I don't live here. I'm just visiting. But it sucks, because now I'm like, what am I gonna do? Literally, what am I going to do? So my feet in here. I'm about to cut on this machine, honestly. I hope it does not electrocute me. So this is actually, you know, foot spa on there. So I'm gonna put it on for a little bit, and then I'm gonna cut it off, and put it on a little bit and cut it off, because I do not want it to do anything else. This is a good show. I gotta tell my sister, like, yo, 911 is really bomb. Like, for real, she did a good job. It put me on the show. And you know, I love some Angela, so she definitely did that. Then he got hired. As you can see, I got on my jacket. You know, it's amazing how you get cold while you just sitting down minding your business. I did manage to, like, what are you doing? No. Move away. I did manage to soak my feet, give myself a little massage. No. So now I think I'm gonna just. Hey guys. This child was supposed to be watching Boss Baby. Tell me why. This child is over here bothering me. This boy has been bothering me since he's been up, really. Like, I'm so ready I'm so ready for Corona to be over, because now I could actually send them to like summer camps, or just a camp for his age group, for her age group, because it's basically keeping that part messed up too. Not to mention, school's already been jacked up, but oh man, yeah. So I did manage to do my feet. Been keeping them up for a little bit so they can kind of like go down. I don't really know what I want to eat, y'all. It's crazy because mainly I don't feel like cooking, and I feel like on Fridays, why do I have to cook? That should be my day up. Come on. Why are you up there?
Because I need to show how strong I am.
So you going to crawl on the look here, boy, I don't feel like going to no hospital, okay? I'm not getting paid to be there, so I don't want to be there. So that means I don't need to be trying to call the hospital, I don't forget the name of the people. But anyway. What? Here's the thing about these movies. Kamani learns these movies and then he likes to act them out. He done act out Boss Baby. He done act out Trolls. All the Power Ranger. Not cartoon, but TV show. He knows them. And Secret Life of Pets. Why is the littlest person so darn loud, right? Anyway, my son, I rather want him to be like an actor or like. What? You need to calm down with all that noise, like for real. Anyway, I really want him to be like an actor or out the way, to be a zoologist or
I'll be there.
So, like I said, I really want to do something where he be an oceanographer or archaeologist, because he loves rocks. He loves, especially any aquatic animal.
No, please. I can't. What's your feet?
Get off my leg.
We?
This whole Corona thing has messed up. Yeah, thank you. Okay, all right. Bye. Yeah. So back to what I was saying. This whole Corona thing got my kid going crazy. Like, he literally studies these movies. Like, oh my gosh. Mr. Sherman and Mr. Peabody. Yeah, so he knows those movies very well, to the point where like he'll act out the fight scene all by himself. He'll be all the characters in the movie or whatever. So I'm really hoping and praying that he becomes like an actor or whatever, so I don't have to worry about hearing. So that way I don't have to worry about hearing these lines no more. He actually get paid to say them, because that'll be it. Bipolar. Come on, what do you want?
Leave me alone.
You won't leave me alone, and don't knock my glasses
Can't
off.
believe you will now.
You're right.